to make bias tape. Bias tape is used to finish edges, often on quilts or garments or bags. It can have a lot of different functions, and today I wanted to show you how I make it. You'll need a ruler, a rotary cutter, and a cutting mat, and of course some fabric. I will show you how I quickly and easily fold a piece of fabric in order to get the 45-degree angle that we need without having to use all the lines on the cutting mat. You can use those if you want to, but this way is a lot faster and easier. So I have a scrap of material here that measures about 14 by 15 inches. A perfect square is even better, but this is a remnant from making some placemats, and this is enough material to create bias tape for both of my placemats. And so I'm just using this scrap. I am folding it like a triangle and then folding it like a triangle again, and you can see where the fold lines are, where they overlap. That is where we want to place our ruler and where we're going to cut. So I'm lining my ruler up on the edge of those creases, and I'm just going to cut a tiny bit off first to open up that fabric. And then I'm measuring 2.25 inches for the bias tape that I need for this project. You can make it as wide or as narrow as you need. So I will continue to line my ruler up 2.25 inches and cut strips until I've used all of that fabric down to just the final little triangle that I can throw in my scrap bin. But all of these strips, when I sew them together for this particular project, will be enough to bind 2 placemats, and that's what I need it for. The more bias tape you need, the longer or more pieces obviously you're going to cut. So after I've cut all of my pieces, I like to lay them out so I can see my different lengths. I like to mix the length sizes when I go to piece them together so that I don't have a bunch of really short ones all next to each other. So I'm lining up my short straight edges like so. It's going to look a little counterintuitive perhaps if you've never made this before, but you line them up perpendicular to each other and put them under the presser foot of your sewing machine and just stitch about 1/4 inch seam allowance, back stitching on both sides down that seam. You can see I have a little tail hanging over on each side. You don't want to match your corners exactly. You want to overlap them a little bit like I did here, because when you open it up, it will actually be straight. So you're going to have little tails on the corners, and then you can press those open. I like to sew all of my pieces together and then go to the ironing board and press everything at once. When you finish sewing all of your strips together, you can take it to your ironing station and press those seams open. After I've pressed all my seams open, I'm going to fold the bias tape in half, because for this particular project, the application of the bias tape, I need it in half like this when I apply it to my placemats. But sometimes people will fold it in towards the center and use it that way, and then fold it in half again, there are different ways. It just depends on your project and what you need it for. But that's it, guys. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and happy sewing.